ETC, we start with 1 hour chart. First of all, if you refer to our analysis in my last video when the price was somewhere around here, around 66, 65, we mentioned we can look for continuation, and if we get any flag, either based on 1 hour or 15-minute chart, we can look for trade, and we put our target as a 75. We mentioned we can expect to get the correction around the 70 when the price tag 75. As we can see exactly when the price tag 75 and move a bit higher, within that range it start to give us a correction. Okay, anyway, the point was we put this as a target 75. First things, we were explaining that when the price tag in the 75, we can expect to get the correction, and when the price tag 75, whatever the trade we have within this range, I mean within this move, we have to start to manage. Okay, as what we expected the price tag, and now it start to correct. And even if you move to 15 minutes, the only after I mean after my last analysis, the only trade setup we could look for buy, we had one more opportunity, which is this one. Rather than that, there was no other trade setup to look for because at that time the price was within this move. Anyway, if anyone get the trade, as I mentioned from here, they have to at least start to manage. And right now we're looking at this. We want to see how complex can be and how deep can be before we take the trade. Anyway, we start with daily chart. One thing I need to highlight here based on daily chart, that we get the rally should the price move quite high. And similar, if for example, if we put this one, as we can see, after we get the sharp movement, we get the correction. And now the question is, we get this sharp move, we will expect to get the correction before we get the next continuation, similar to what we have here. That's why from now onward, if we want to look for trade, we need to be quite careful that mostly we will expect to get the correction because we need to get the correction for continuation. All right, and as we can see, the price almost 75, either from here or higher, we will expect to get the correction. All right, the only reason I want to highlight this one, that if anyone is from now they're looking for trade to look for buy, they need to be aware of that soon we will get the correction because we need to get the correction for continuation. Anyway, we move to lower time frame. And even based on forward chart, we don't have anything. Even if we don't have any trade setup to look for buy, the best thing is we move to 1 hour chart. As you can see, based on 1 hour chart, we have the prices start to correct. Okay, from now, if we get any trade setup, we will take the trade. But based on 1 hour chart, we do. I mean, the correction we have it, we cannot get any trade setup. The only way is to have entry above this. But having entry above this, which is the prices at the top, the highest price, is not a really good idea. That's why it's better we wait and see what we get from here before we take the trade. Or because if this one turns to a deeper correction, it can give us better trade setup. As I explained, based on daily chart dimension, maybe we get the bigger correction for continuation. All right, and if there is a continuation from here, the only way either to have entry above this, which I mentioned is really risky, or if we trade based on lower time frame. Even if we refer to 15 minute, if we want to look for the correction, if we, for example, if you want to look for the flat, this is the first wave, this is the second wave, still we can expect to get a one more drop. At least we can have a flat, then we can look for next move. But it doesn't mean the price cannot continue from here because still we can see one move up flag. But to trade for this, the only way is to have entry above this. It depends on the traders whether they can have entry above this in case the price sharply continue. They can take the risk. If yes, they can. I mean, if they can manage it, then they can have entry above this. But having entry above the top, what we want the price break and continue. But for me, I prefer to get the deeper correction to get the trade set up from low to look for trade. And if there is the price continue from here after the breakout of this next flag, I will take the trade similar to any of this. Okay, because if we want to look for within the correction, we prefer to wait to confirm the correction for continuation, and we look for trade setup. Anyway, we don't have any trade setup yet. The only thing is whatever the trade we have to start to manage it. And right now we want to see what's the next. Okay, and anyway, still we can look for continuation, we look for a buy, but the only thing is we want to confirm this correction that can give us a continuation, can give us a trade setup. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.